السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا بكم معنا اليوم الدرس الثالث عشر. So we're now on lesson 13. Now this lesson is a very short lesson. It's a revision lesson to revise the verbs. So take this opportunity to revise the verbs literally, because this is a very important part of this book, as the rest of the book is going to be about the different types of verbs, inshallah, and other small features of the language that you should know. So in general, we have a table here. Okay, this table is al-mufrad, which means singular, al-jam', which means plural. Okay, because the jewel you'll study later. So here, al-mudhakkar, al-mu'annath. Remember these terminologies: al-mudhakkar, al-mu'annath, masculine, feminine; mufrad, singular; jam', plural; al-ghaib, third person; al-mukhatab, second person, the person you're talking to; al-mutakallim, the one who's speaking, first person. Okay, so mudhakkar, masculine; mu'annath, feminine. So it gives you examples now of the conjugation of the verb in the present tense. حامد يذهب، حامد وعلي وهاشم يذهبون. So just showing you the difference between each of these types of people: who's speaking, who's been spoken about, who's been spoken to. Okay, for masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. So this is something to revise. Okay, then in here it says أكمل الجملة الآتية بوضع الفعل ذهب في المضارع. So it wants you to complete all of these sentences using this one verb, ذهب, in the present tense form. في المضارع, in the present tense form. Okay, so you're going to look at the sentence, who's speaking or who's being spoken to, and you're going to conjugate this verb correctly in the present tense, في المضارع, in the present tense form. هنا it says أكمل الجمل الآتية بوضع فعل مضارع مناسب في الفراغ. Here in the PDF there's a misprint, the words are missing, في الفراغ, in the empty space. You have to choose a suitable present tense verb to go into this empty space based on the context of the sentence. You will choose an appropriate verb that is suitable to complete the sentence with good meaning from the verbs that you know. Use the dictionary to help you. Use the vocab banks to help you find appropriate verbs to place in these missing spaces, inshallah. So that continues until here. So you have about 10 sentences to practice that. It says صحح الجمل الآتية. Now correct the following sentences. So now it's going to be errors of the conjugation of the verb. You have to correct them based on who's being spoken to, or who's speaking, who's being spoken about. Okay, so use what you would have learnt now from the previous two lessons to know how to correctly conjugate the verb to reflect who's actually being addressed or speaking. Okay, then it says تأمل ما يلي, ponder over what follows. Now this is details of what occurs to the verb to form the present tense, depending on who's being spoken about. So يذهب, ya is حرف المضارعة. So the first thing is going to mention, what is the حرف المضارعة? What is the letter that shows it's a present tense verb? Okay, plus ذهب, plus ضمير مستتر. The ضمير المستتر, the hidden pronoun. The hidden pronoun is هو. Okay, is هو. Unlike here, it says يذهبون. Ya حرف المضارعة. The ya at the beginning is the letter of present tense. ذهب is the actual past tense verb. So يذهب. Then the waw is the fa'il. Is the doer, because waw represents the plural, the jama'. Okay, and then noon is the sign that is marfu', the sign that it is in a state of nominative state, which means basically nothing has come before the verb to affect it. We will start to study these terminologies of rafa' and nasb. So when it's, for example, the equivalent of dhamma is what is meant to be rafa', okay, when the word is meant to take dhamma. So the alama of rafa' for this verb is the noon, okay, because it ends in noon. يذهبون. So that is a breakdown of all the additions to the verb ذهب. And this will occur for all of these verbs, so read through them. And if you don't understand it right now, don't worry about it too much, because you're going to it'll become clear in the coming lessons, inshallah. It will all become clear as we continue to study, bi'ithnillahi ta'ala. Then you have al-kalimat al-jadida, your new words. So that, again, this is just a revision lesson of the present tense verb, and we'll continue to progress and learn the different types of verbs within the Arabic language, inshallah ta'ala, throughout this book and also within Medina Book 3. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.